Hey, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver. Welcome to Brutally Honest Portfolio Reviews number 17. I think we're at. We're at 17. This is a submission from a fellow named Gregory. Gregory sent me a couple of other stories as well, but this was, I guess, the most recent one. This was the one that I found. But the letter accompanying this said that he had sent me a couple of other things. Okay, so this is what we're going to look at. Since this is the most recent, this should be the most representative of where he's at now, with lots of practice. What a great establishing shot. I like your coloring book style, Gregory. It reminds me a lot of Scott Collins. Now, you will notice that Gregory does kind of stick to using similar line weights everywhere. I mean, this line weight on the jet is the same as the clouds. Now, if you just stare at the clouds, the jet kind of disappears. This is the problem with using similar line weights all around everything. But Jeffrey actually uses black, gray, white to distinguish background from midground from foreground. So he's using, very skillfully using some kind of blacks in here to make the jet pop from the background. And he's using a really nice bit of black right in here and the shadows on the bridge to make the bridge pop as well from this background. And all in all, it really works. It's a nice kind of simplistic style with some interesting textures. I mean, look at the water texture. And this is just very, very basic drawing. And it's pleasing. It's nice to look at. So great establishing shot. We've got a jet headed into Metropolis, it looks like. And a little confusing here. I'm not sure what this is. I mean, that's the bridge down there. So this guy, there's a head, like or a guy in a helmet. Oh, maybe. Oh, I see this line here. Okay, so colors is going to help this out a lot. This line here indicates the window of the cockpit. I saw this and I connected these two characters together for some reason automatically, but that's not the case. This guy is flying the jet. When this is colored, this is going to be made to look like glass, and all is well. He's looking down at the bridge. Very, very nicely composed shot. And then we see Metallo, I believe, who's got somebody by the neck. He's standing. See, this is so good. Gregory, nice job. It's so simple, but there's a lot of thought put into this. I mean, we connect. We know where he is. We know his location just because of the black. I mean, we see this too, but it's like black, so we know where he is standing. There is nowhere else that he could be. And there really doesn't need to be any more detail, even though Gregory does give us this to kind of connect it to the bridge. This is the key to good storytelling. It's just, you have to connect one panel to the next. And you see Gregory has done that. We see the bridge. The bridge is important. The plane is important. We see where this is all going on. It's Metropolis. And then we connect this close-up to the bridge. Okay, so this is connected. And then we connect this to this through the use of this black ground that he's standing on. And boom, we're there. We in 3 panels, we have everything we need. That's top-notch storytelling. Metallo. Yeah, Metallo is looking away. I thought he saw the jet. Oh no, he's looking away because there's going to be a voice-off panel saying, drop that woman. Here we have the military on the bridge. These tanks are kind of small. I don't know. These are urban tanks. They're like, they're the size of wagons. They're meant to, they get into tight spots like, a major bridge leading into a huge city. Oh, yeah, this person's got a gun. This is all great, nicely posed figures. I love all the guns are pointed at Metallo. Gregory, this is professional. What are you showing me for? And is this a piece of a double-page spread? What is this? We've got, I don't think it is. Hang on. No. That's it. This is a splash page. All right, well, I'm going to criticize you here, Gregory. I don't like this. Immediately I saw that a big chunk of him is missing. Like, this looks like there should be another page here, and this is a 2-page spread, because you could have moved them over this way and kept the entirety of both of these characters. You can get away with some of the character kind of being off of the panel here, just a little bit maybe, but not this much. I mean, this really does look like we're missing a section. It doesn't really look like it was intentional full bleed. But we've got Superman, and apparently he's flown down and crushed him through the other side of the bridge. Doesn't really, I mean, this doesn't really follow. Doesn't really follow. What would help? Well, we don't. I mean, it'd be. Is there a page missing here? It'd be nice to see Superman in the background coming at him in some way, because this is rather unexpected, and that's, I guess, how Superman is. He flies at super speed, but this doesn't connect to that, because on this, the threat is imminent. It's these guns. You know, that's the thing that we're looking at, the thing that we're dealing with. And then here, Superman comes and takes him out, but we no longer see the guns or anything. I'd almost want to make this hole bigger and be able to see the military like looking down, like, hey. It just, you know, I think it would connect the panels better. So this splash page, although it's nicely drawn, it's not successful. I don't think it leads from the other sequence very well, Gregory. And I am having difficulty. That's his leg. That's Superman's arm. This is all going to make sense in color. There's his other arm. Yeah, Metallo isn't very well drawn here. Superman looks okay, even though these heavy cheekbones here. This is kind of like a super simplified Jim Lee face, but he looks starved. I don't know what it is. When you have broken down your lines to this degree and you have removed all of the extra excess, you really want to do this? You want to put these lines here? I mean, that's pretty hardcore. That kind of shadowing. That shadow means that it's very, very important. And really, when you've balanced out your values to the point where everything is basically white, only with harsh kind of, blacks, these heavy cheekbones make him look skeletal, and then these lines here kind of confirm that. These are old lady kind of lip lines here that make him look like he's a zombie or he's starving. Be careful. I mean, this is all good. I mean, I like the definition that you're using, the interesting, almost Walt Simonson-esque line work you're using here. You can't do that. You can't get away with that. You got to keep his face handsome, kind of clean. And even as I pull away from it a little bit and look at it from a distance, yeah, that still doesn't look right. So get some white out. Get some white out and get rid of that and get rid of this. You can keep this cheekbone here, and the reason why is because you've got the light source coming this way, and there's, the kind of shadow that's indicated by the fact that the nose line is right here. That means the light is hitting this way. You can go ahead and keep this cheekbone, but get rid of that one, and then this. And I don't know. I think, and it's a shame because I love the water and I love this bridge. I love the bricks here a lot. I really do. I love the city. Nice use of perspective. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Yes. Okay. I actually downloaded the pages out of order, so I'm remembering which way they go. All right, so now we're underwater. I don't know. This is Superman and Metallo underwater. It doesn't feels like he's standing up, and so is Metallo. Look at it. Yeah, I don't know. All right, 2 unsuccessful images in a row, Gregory. This is fine though. I like this. And then we've got, coming out of nowhere, what is going on? They must have found, yeah, okay. They must have found the tunnel, and what is he coming through the, all right. Yeah, I'm a little confused. Yeah, all right, so none of this makes any sense. It just doesn't work. This to this doesn't really work. Like, Superman's got the upper hand here. He's got the upper hand, so why is Superman now being victimized here immediately with no turnaround? And then he's on the ground. And here, here comes Metallo. This is very cool. I like it. I like your use of blacks. Yeah, I like your simplistic drawing. More of this kind of basic Jim Lee kind of style on Superman here. And using the Jim Lee lines when you really don't need to. Get rid of all of this. I see you're doing it again. This shadow here. Yeah, I mean, it's just you're shadowing kind of the inward slope here of his upper mandible, and it's like you're not shadowing, you're not matching it anywhere else. It's just as if his face is caving in here. Get rid of that. That only works if you're going to be, doing really, really fine detail, detailed rendering on a face to sort of indicate light. It's difficult when this is the only thing that you're doing. I would eliminate that. A lot of shots of close-ups of people with their hands on people's throats here with the train coming. You know what it is? All right, so here's what I would do. I would get rid of, I would change this panel and move Superman up, make him smaller. Let me adjust the camera here. I'd make him smaller. We need to see his feet as though he's just floating in the water. He's not standing. So we do need to see him kind of completely a full figure right here. I don't really care what Metallo is doing, although this kind of straight up and down thing, this looks like they're standing outside. It doesn't look like they're underwater. This panel does need to be changed entirely as well to indicate that they're struggling. I would do a long shot of this. No more close-ups here. Let's do a really far away shot where we see that they're moving, they're fighting, and they're moving in the direction of breaking through to this kind of subway thing here. So we need to see some movement. I would make this a super long shot. Then we can cut to this. And by the way, when you do this long shot, make it look like they're both even in this fight. They're both fighting, and right here, Superman's winning. So we need to make it look like it's an even struggle, and then boom, Superman crashes through this wall, and then there he is. This is fun. I like this panel's funny, and I like the water leaking out. And then we could do this. Okay, then we could cut to this close up. This is effective in that case. All right. This is, yeah, and then he throws Superman at the train. That is, yeah. All right. Oh, you guys can't see it. Okay. That is not a dynamic panel at all, and it should be. But you've got a nice kind of side-scrolling video game kind of look at what should be really, really dangerous looking. The train's coming. It's times like these that I really realize the importance of anchor panels, of what they set up in the 1990s, where, it used to just be, panel grids like this. And then eventually things changed, and that went way out of vogue. And people started to realize that there is like a most important scene on every page, like a panel that we need to emphasize because it's, either particularly beautiful or awesome or dangerous. And, those are called anchor panels. And then, so that's the biggest image on the page. And the other panels, the storytelling panels around it, kind of circle it and accentuate it and lead your eye to it, because that's the dun 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 moment. This is the moment that should have been an anchor panel. And it should have been this big. And it should have been much more dynamic. It should have been, let's see. You know what I would have done? I would have had the train coming like this, like, okay, so and I would have had him. I could have done that. You could shoot it either way. You could shoot it from behind Metallo, and show him throwing Superman at the train. Big figure of Metallo right here. Or you could shoot it from the train's perspective, as though you are inside and driving this train and looking out the window, and there's perspective here, and you just see Metallo throwing Superman straight at the train. And either of those would have been more interesting. This is not scary. It's comical. This stance is, it's not really dynamic, and Superman just kind of looks like, I don't know, a sack of potatoes here. So, all right, not good. Not good there. But this is good, and this is good. All right, I've been through this. Okay. Let's see. Superman has been thrown at the train, and hold on, let's look up here. Superman has been thrown at the train on the previous page, and I don't know what he did to escape that situation. I have no idea what's going on here. I like the people running away from the train, and I like Metallo on top of the train. Again, I feel like I missed a page. That's good. Yeah, walking on top of the train and then he falls. Yeah, that's what happens when you weigh 3 tons. You fall through the top of the train. No, he didn't fall through. Oh, see, this is confusing. I see. Superman jumped out of the train and grabbed him by the neck and then started hitting him with his eye beams. And then there's a boat out in the water. And Metallo is dropped like a bunch of junk. Lex Luthor seems to be on the boat. And there's Superman in the sky yelling at Luthor. Here's your boy. Come get your boy. Is that it? That's it. All right. Yeah, I just Yeah, we got a bunch of storytelling problems here. It started out pretty good. The first page was pretty good. This shows a lot of things happening, a lot of actions happening, but no reaction. We get no result, nothing from this. I don't know what we're to take from this to this, except I've deduced that Superman actually went through the front of the train and then ended up inside the boxcar, and Metallo is looking for him. And then Superman jumps through the roof here and grabs him by the neck and kicks his butt. Let's see. There's a better way to do that sequence. It's a much better way. It's these 2 panels here that I can't abide. I'd have to fix this somehow. I don't think that you can just do this. I don't think so. All right, let me get a piece of paper. All right, guys, so we are confronted with this dilemma. And let's see, I'm going to draw kind of small so that I can fit everything on the screen. Let me just see if I can get the shape of a page on here that's small enough that you can see it without me having to move it around. From there to there, to there, that should do it. Okay. So the problem is, and I'm gonna use your basic layout in terms of panels, although I probably wouldn't ordinarily. We've got the train here. We've got people running away from the train, and the train has been parked. I feel like what we need to do primarily here is show the impact that Superman had on the train. So we've got to actually draw the train from the front, not from the side. And we can draw Metallo stalking on top of the train, but it's pretty important that we see right away that this entire front of the train is caved in. We have to show that. Okay? And we want to show people fleeing. Oh my God, oh no. Lots of people, lots more people. You know, in most comics, it's hard. Like drawing figures is a pain. You have to have imagine how many people are inside of a train and they're trying to flee and get out of the train. That is a substantial amount of people. Thanks, babe. All right, so this is kind of what I would do. So this is the problem with the with panel 1. We just don't see what the issue is. We want to show that the train has been caved in. Okay, there's a hole right in the front of the train, and Superman's in there somewhere. Metallo is far away. He's walking across the tops of the trains. We see the building. Same basic thing that you have. That's fine. It's just that we want to show it from a slightly different angle. Okay? All right, so then we cut to, let's do these 3 panels here. Now, here's where I would have made a substantial difference, different decision. Let's see. And we've got Metallo kind of like looking off to the side like he hears something. Yeah, he's like, wait, what is that? Okay, that's fine. That panel's fine. And then you've got him, I would actually draw from a worm's eye view. Metallo looking down. Okay? He hears something. Here's the top of the train right here. And here's Metallo. Okay. These are my rough stick figure drawings. But to get the to get the point across, okay, here are trees or something like that. Metallo's looking down because whatever he hears is coming from beneath him. So he's looking down at us. We are Superman. And then we can do the same thing that you did, except now keep the panel the same, keep it in the same spot, just like you did. But now we've got up, up, and away, and we can see Metallo, and we can see a tiny form of Superman. Okay? We've got the streak, and then we've got bits of, metal in the air. Okay. Boom, like this. Big impact. All right. That makes more sense. Now we can see the train kind of opening up here. Boom, boom, boom. Poof, and we can see that Superman has taken him. All right. Then, this is our big panel. Honestly. And you did just fine with it, really. I mean, we can just keep your layout. I would, I'd make Metallo a little bit bigger, maybe, on the thing. But Superman's flying with him. He's got him like this. And he's absolutely furious with him. Okay. All right. So this is a better layout, and then the next panel is just fine. So shooting I-beams. All right. This is why I get paid the big bucks. This is the quality, the standard of drawing that you can expect here on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. But this is the point of this. Storytelling. You need to make things crystal clear. They need to be instantly recognized by a reader who is only going to look at these panels for 1 second because he's just reading the dialogue. The image went into his brain, and that's all. You don't want to. If he's asking any questions, you didn't do it right. So we want to show the front of the train caved in from the impact where we saw Metallo throw Superman into the train or against the train. We hear him notice this. He's like, what's that noise? Oh, it's coming from beneath me. Boom. Okay. We change the angle of this panel and of these 2 panels, and it completely saves this sequence. This is fine. This is fine. And here we are on the last page, just to review. Very nicely drawn boat. I really like it. Yeah. Great panel. And then this is great too. I dig it. I mean, obviously, this is the kind of thing that you excel at. I really like you starting with an establishing shot and then just kind of connecting it to other panels on the same page. You're really good at that. You have difficulty just following through with action scenes. And that's something that's going to challenge you, I guess. But, man, let's see. Yeah, this is really, really well done. Really, really, really well done. Superman's face is a little boyish here, but that's fine. I'm not going to criticize that. Not hating. Very, very happy. I like the shadow of Superman in the sky. That makes sense because look at the light source that's behind him. It is casting him in shadow here, and that is going to put a little shadow on the boat. So there's a lot of thought going into this. Grigory, great job, absolutely great job. Your storytelling is pretty good. I need you to continue to hone and refine your strengths, because your strengths are there. You are following through and connecting your story panel to panel so that it's actually happening. I mean, this whole sequence happened in my head perfectly. This one, not so much. So, put yourself in the reader's shoes and say, hey, am I making everything perfectly, crystally clear? Crystally, is that a word? No. Perfectly crystal clear to the reader. I can't have him asking questions or wondering or risk having the reader get something wrong. I have to make it, obvious so that a kindergartner could understand what's going on in this story. That panel's troublesome. But I think we did solve the problem with the redraw, and I don't think there's any need to redraw this. I think you kind of got my point on that. Don't be afraid to do those extreme long shots to show movement. Sometimes that's necessary. I do it a lot in Green Lantern because Green Lantern is all about movement over huge areas of space. Sometimes you need to pull back so that your figure is just a tiny little dot, in the middle of this panel, and the rest of it is just background. That's necessary sometimes. You need to show him moving from place to place, and give the reader a sense of where he is and where he's going. And that would have been effective here. So great job. Those of you who watch this, enjoyed it, are maybe artists yourselves, and would like to send me your portfolio for a brutally honest review, go ahead and send me 4 to 6 pages in any condition. They can be layouts, they can be finished pages. It makes no difference to me. Send them to Ethan, ETHAN 12032@gmail.com, or you can DM them to me on my Twitter, which is @EthanVanSkyver. Make sure to follow me. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this and my other videos. Please check them out. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Please like this video. That really helps with the algorithm, really helps get the videos out there, and really gains my channel support so that we can keep doing this. There will be a Patreon link below in the description, and if you would like to pledge $1 a month or more, that would be really helpful in producing these as well. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. It's no secret at all that I couldn't do this channel if it wasn't for support from you, my subscriber base, and my Patreon donors. If you'd like to join this community by pledging $1 or more per month, go check out the link in the description below. And I thank you.